Okay, so I'm posting this off my crappy computer. I know that today it was announced that a YouTuber named Etika, I'm saying that wrong, I'm sorry, was pronounced and found dead earlier this week. I'm one of those people that deals with depression and mental health and suicidal tendencies. Sorry, I cannot see. I wear glasses, but they reflect the glare. So, yeah, that's why I'm not wearing them right now. But I have PTSD really bad from a shitty childhood, and I have dissociative identity disorder, which does not help with my depression, which I have bipolar, so that doesn't help either. In exchange, I've tried killing myself 36 times. I eventually gave up because it didn't work. Instead, I started dyeing my hair, clearly, as a rebellion, because when I was a child I couldn't. Now that I'm an adult, I can. It's not any better for my hair, but I still do it. I was going to therapy for a while. That didn't work out. It was actually making me worse. Since I started therapy, I had tried killing myself an additional 3 times. I guess what I've learned over the years of doing this, that yes, it's hard to be alive and it's hard to try and manage your problems and deal with situations, and it sucks, especially when you don't have a support. But when you do something like that, it is something that not only affects you as a human being, but everyone around you, whether you had an impact on their life, whether they had an impact on yours, whether they even knew you were alive. Because at some point, everything happens, and who knows that, if you were to die today or tomorrow, 4 years from now, you were supposed to meet someone, and you were supposed to have a very large positive impact on their life. But you took the chance of that away. I'm not saying that people that do this are horrible people and that they should be blamed for their own problems. No, because people cannot help how they feel or what they're going through or what mental health issues they might have. We can try to cope with it, but it's a chemical imbalance in our brain. And it's not a choice. Nobody chooses to be depressed. Nobody chooses for their world to get turned upside down because something has gone wrong in their life. Nobody chooses that. Because nobody would want that. Can you honestly say that any point in time in your life, it would just be easier if shit would stop being so horrible? Yeah, it would be easier. Yeah, it would make a really big difference. And yes, people wouldn't be so depressed or so upset or so angry if people would just, if things didn't get so bad. But the problem with that situation is that things get this bad because people don't understand or try to understand what people are going through. Like, for example, if I'm having a bad day and I sit there and I be angry and I'm frustrated and I speed down the street or I, run a red light, that's going to affect somebody else's day in a negative manner. No, I should not have to shut down all my emotions so the people around me are not affected. However, I say however because if you say but, then it cancels everything you just said. So, however, when you take your problems out on other people and it's not their fault, it causes severe stress and anxiety, and it can make somebody else's mental health issues get worse. For example, when my boyfriend gets really angry about something, and normally it has to do with, the house isn't clean enough or something stupid. He'll get angry and he'll start talking and saying things how you would say to a normal person, normal, key phrase, normal, and they might take it slightly offensive, but normally it's okay and everything's understandable and it turns into a conversation. If you say that to somebody with mental health issues like mine, it goes from, it's this big of a problem to extreme, because the way people say things, especially to people that have mental health issues, comes off wrong. Comes off mean, comes off rude, comes off offensive, things like that. If people were to just stop and take into consideration how they're saying things. My cat is messing with my computer. I'm so sorry. I realize I'm ranting, and I'm so sorry for ranting, but, Alice, really? But if you stop and you think about things, and you stop and you try to understand for 5 minutes what somebody else is going through, maybe it'll be easier for you to understand what you're going through. I find it most helpful with my depression to stop and think about how other people would deal with my situation. And trust me, not a lot of people can deal with a lot of other people's situations. I wouldn't wish my situation in on anybody for 5 minutes, not even my worst enemies. But at the same time, do you want in here? At the same time, if you think about it, people don't understand what's going on unless you talk to them. And even if you're not talking to other people, you can make the phone calls to the crisis hotlines. There's lots of them, no matter where you are in the world. Or you can message someone. You can message me. Post a comment. I'll talk to you. I'm going to try and post at least one video a week about mental health issues, because everybody's got something wrong, but nobody's talking about it. And maybe if we'd start talking about it more, maybe situations like these won't happen, at least not as often. Let's try and stop shutting the world out and start trying to teach the world what's wrong and how to deal with it, versus making it seem like everything's okay, because it's a lot easier to tell everyone that everything is okay than it is to tell people that shit ain't going right. This is me signing off with all my crazy animals and my crazy self. Talk to you guys in a week.